Hi, Pisces. Oh my goodness. Here we are, October. Such an interesting month. Such a vulnerable, raw, intense month. And the word that comes to mind for the Piscean tribe is layers. Layers. Information, ideas, newness will be revealed to you over the next couple of months in layers. And with each new layer, new information comes to light. And with each new layer, Nine of Wands, we choose to be haunted or we choose to move forward. It's funny with you all because the image of a Mobius strip comes to mind. I was just at an Escher exhibit and, famous artist when it comes to perspective. And he's done some beautiful Mobius strip artworks. But where things begin, where things end, where our desires begin, where our new information comes from, what is all of that? And the way that I feel it with Pisces right now is layers. October is psychedelic in its ability to strip us back to basics. Four of Cups. Speaking of stripping back to basics, some deep thinking going on with these two cards. It's going to strip us back to our essentials and give us the information we need in order to be tenacious and intrepid with our next choices. And I think for you, Pisces, that's particularly poignant. Of course, we're in Libra season at the beginning of this month, and that's your 8th house energy. And not only that, we have this Venus retrograde. 6 of Swords. We have a Venus retrograde that starts off in Scorpio, your sister sign, your fellow water sign, your 9th house energy of transformation. And funnily enough, your sister sign of Scorpio is transformation. Your 9th house is about transformation. Your 9th house is about this Mobius strip energy. But the note that came up for me as I was thinking through the astrology and thinking through the energy, because Page of Pentacles, it's in some ways it flows very deeply with you. Deep, deep waters are running in October. But the note that I had for you was choosing to be haunted or choosing to forge forward. Because somehow the way you're discovering yourself, the way you're discovering your next phase, your next iteration is tender. It is volatile. It brings up ghosts from the past. It has the potential to. Now, King of Pentacles. We have a new moon in Libra on the 9th. New moon in your 8th house of transformation. You can see how there's this pivoting point. What do you choose? How do you choose? And you choose in your heart first. Travels up to the mind logically chooses next. You know this. You already know all about this. You already know all about layers and 6 of Cups. Old ghosts. And we also have a Taurus full moon for you all near the end of the month on October 24th. That flows with you. That illuminates how you want to move forward, how you want to do this thing called life. I'm waiting for a couple more cards. The Sun. Once we get into Scorpio season, things start to take on a new cloak for the Pisces family. And there is a lessening of the fog. As you can see, we start off the intrepid traveler, King of Wands. Okay. We start off the intrepid traveler. But a traveler nonetheless that could be tempted to be the world-weary warrior, as I like to call the 9 of Wands. Information, ideas, iterations of yourself will be revealed in layers this month, in little nuggets of information. Not all at once, not in a deluge, but in little bits and pieces. And you may find that you want to get rigid as the information pours in, because it's uncomfortable. Seeing yourself clearly and seeing what you really need clearly is uncomfortable at times. When it calls to us, when the calling is strong and powerful. And whenever the Nine of Wands comes up, and the Four of Cups, and the Six of Swords, actually, these are all beings, these are all energies at a decision point of how they are going to take the information, the external surroundings, this Venus retrograde, which is slowing us all down and forcing us all to look at all our little wounds, all our little old ways, all our little old concerns, and revamp them. Each of these characters is making a choice, has the potential to choose the filter via which they look at it. This warrior can choose to be haunted by the past and freeze him in this position forever, or to walk forward into different pastures. This young man sitting under a tree can choose to lament what was, the cups that were, the what ifs, the should haves, or to relax and trust the manna from heaven to meet him with open arms. The woman and her child and the Six of Swords has chosen. And that's what I see for you. Has chosen to go across the water into the unknown, into the unseen, into the as yet unformed, but she knows she must go. And with that commitment to knowing that you don't have to be haunted, you don't have to judge what you've been before, what you've done before, what you thought was right before, what you thought was wrong before. None of it needs to be judged. Once you decide that, you are met with exactly what you need to make a real and grounded change in your life. Page of Pentacles isn't about frilly, misty promises. This guy is ripped, by the way. Like, he's been to the gym every day for a while. So he's about real world results. You know, that's where he puts his energy. He wants to see the manifestation. He wants to see it happen. There's something about your life right now, Pisces, where you want to make a change. You want to make a shift. And it's felt scary. It's felt almost impossible maybe leading up into October. But October is pointing pressure on where you're feeling that need for change and shift, where you're needing those clear answers, where you're needing that information to come in, where you're needing those layers to be peeled back like phyllo dough, each layer until you get into the spinach and Parmesan cheese center. I'm hungry for a snack right now. But you're ready for that. You're hungry for that. And it will take you just taking a second to sit down and just look at those layers, those information, the information's coming into you, the nuggets that are coming into you, and deciding where you want to put your energy, where you want to focus your energy. You want to focus on what somebody in the past has done to you or what you've done in the past. Do you want to focus on where you've messed up, or maybe you made a judgment call and now you're not where you really want to be? Do you want to focus on that? Do you want to focus on where you can get to the gym, where you can manifest, and where you can open up this door? Because there's a practicality here. Getting down to brass tacks of what you want to do. What do you want to do? Let's decide and do it. Let's embody that. And I see it continuing at the top of this reading. We have two kings and then two cards that are very much about the metaphysical. King of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Sun, King of Wands. This is extremely powerful energy. This is potent masculine energy, other than the Six of Cups. The other three are about action, making, doing, building, creating, working with intent. Now, I get the sense that as these layers are revealed, as these revelations are revealed to you in each layer over the course of the month, over the course of this Venus retrograde, which goes all the way to November 16th, you are going to be getting more and more resolve to do, to build, to create. Now, you might have Pisces out there. You might have some of this energy around you. You might have strong personalities like this that also have an idea of how the world runs. You might also have to put your foot down and set healthy boundaries for anybody who's embodying this energy, because this energy is about the big vision. The King of Pentacles is about planting those seeds and knowing the harvest will come. The King of Wands is about having the energetic vision and being able to see 20 miles over the landscape. These kings are not messing around. They're not playing footsie with your life. They're not interested in this right here. This pain, this fear, these excuses. I'm not saying you guys are coming up with excuses. It's just this really, the reason I'm like having this voice and everything is because I get this sense from you guys of determination. And so I'm like kind of speaking and channeling through this like determined voice because it's so strong with you all. It's like something about these layers that are revealed piece by piece by piece give you this determination that is unstoppable. Now, in between these kings, we do have to talk about what's going on here because we have deeply creative energy with the sun. Deeply playful, fun, creative energy, expansive energy, opening up to what is possible next. It's beautiful. It's hopeful. It's playful. It's the complete opposite of the Nine of Wands, I have to say. You know, if you look at this guy, he's been through some trials, and you look at this kid, they live life completely differently, don't they? And I know, Pisces, that you're being called to that sun energy, to that playful, lighthearted energy that's about trying things out and seeing what sticks. And what's really interesting is that is getting calibrated by the Six of Cups energy. Now, Venus retrograde is famous for bringing back past experiences, past fears, past habits into our lives so that we can reconcile and we can get the answers we need. Venus retrograde is really rocking everybody's boat a little bit. It's making everybody a little tense and uneasy and a little nervous. And so just be aware that if you're hitting up against any past decisions, past identities, past needs, it's useful. It's calibrating. It will give you information. That's the thing I keep getting with you guys is you need information and you're going to get it. You're getting answers to questions that I think you've been posing for a while. Now, I want to close out this reading with a card from my Cosmic Tarot that I have not pulled yet, so let's start shuffling. I like this for you, Pisces. I like this energy for you because having information can be an amazing thing. It can really empower and create and build in a way that nothing else can. To just know and decide. Now, you may make decisions this month. You may clear your mind. You may focus in and hone in on what you need to do. It may take a couple months for it to fully be activated. So keep that in mind. This card does not want to come out. Waiting for one more card. Okay, what came out? Prince of Swords. There is an answer for you. That is clarity. That is precision. That is just knowing what you need to do and doing it. There's equilibrium here. You know, we are in Libra season for a good chunk of the month until the 23rd of October, in which case we go into Scorpio season. It's a time to, you know, utilize our analytical mind in the way that it works best, which is to make concrete decisions. Put it down on paper and make it happen. The shadow side to Libran energy is, of course, the indecision and the overanalyzing and the staying up in the mind way too much. That's not really a Piscean issue, so I don't really worry about it with you, even if the energy is affecting you. You understand the flow of energy and that all it takes is to zoom out, relax a little bit, and let the information come and meet you. You already know that. And yet, somehow, over the last few months, I think you have gotten a little analytical, a little second-guessing in some ways. So it's a return. It's a return to your natural way. And I think this Venus retrograde will help you with that. I think you need it. Maybe a breath to comb over, a breath to see with fresh eyes, a breath to remove any judgment, and a breath to set these intentions and make these decisions and truly decide not to be haunted. I mean, you can choose to be haunted by what layers reveal to you, by what your soul reveals to you, what people around you and who you've known reveal to you. That information is coming in. And the first and foremost choice you make is how you want to take that on. I would suggest taking it on as the embodiment of the sun. I have no doubt you will. I have no doubt you will. All right, my loves, I'm going to close it out there. That feels good. You've been one of the signs this month that I've really enjoyed sitting with. Your energy is amazing. And I will see you for November. Things just keep getting more and more interesting this year. I tell you what, it never fails to surprise the way these things unfold. I love you all so much. You can catch me on my website, SARAHTAROT.com, if you want to book a session. I generally tend to recommend, book a couple months ahead, just plan ahead, and I will be able to work with you. Also wearing PinkLune, and I will leave heart info with the 15% off below. And come find me on Instagram at the Sarah Tarot. So much fun over there. I appreciate you all so much. Sending you all my heart. And I will see you so very soon.